Hello everybody, HabsMan31 back with the SummerSlam 2012 review. So let's get started, let's jump right on into it. I did not think it was that good of a pay-per-view. It could have been a lot better, and you know, not as good as last year. I enjoyed last year's with Punk and Cena with the WWE titles, but it was, I don't know. So let's get started right on in. I'm going to go in order of the matches and the way the pay-per-view went. So let's get started. Well, we can start with the pre-show. The pre-show was Antonio Cesaro, and he faced Santino Marella, which was the United States champion in a championship match. Why is a title, a championship, being defended on a pre-show on YouTube? You have a pay-per-view and you don't put it on the card? That doesn't make sense. I know they want to get viewers for that, get hyped for the show, but it's a championship. It should be on the pay-per-view. It should not be on the internet in an exclusive internet match. You know? But Antonio Cesaro did win that match. I did not watch it. I've only watched one pre-show, which I'm thinking was it was the first one. I just watched it to see what it was, but I haven't watched him since. And he's the new United States champion, which is good. I like Santino, but he's a good comical character, but he should not be the champion for this long. He was champion for a while. But let's get on to the card. Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler. I was looking forward to this match very much. It was I think was the match of the night. It was a good match, and Jericho did win. And it was by submission and all, but it was a good match. And on Raw, it was contract versus contract, the Money in the Bank contract, and versus Jericho's WWE contract. And Ziggler won, and Jericho lost his contract, supposedly. He's going on tour. He'll probably come back. What I see happening is Ziggler will be as world champion when Jericho comes back. Jericho will make some reason that he came back for. He'll take the title away from Ziggler. I could see that happening. Daniel Bryan versus Kane. This was a good match as well. Daniel Bryan, I'm not a huge fan of Daniel Bryan. I never really was. When he was on NXT, I did not really like him, but I'm starting to like him more. And that was a good match, and it's good to see Daniel Bryan have a character. Since he became the world champion back in December. And the next match, then Daniel Bryan won that. The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio came out to the ring as the Dark Knight, Batman. And what I've noticed is he's wearing a question mark, which is kind of vintage Rey Mysterio, the way he used to be. He used to have question marks on his tights and stuff. So it's good to see that. And Miz, my favorite, as the Intercontinental Champion, is amazing. It's good to have somebody in the title. Just a minute, what are we on in time? 3 minutes, okay. Yeah, it's good to see Miz as the Intercontinental Champion. One of my favorite title belts, the design, and just the championship itself. And it's great to see that he successfully defended that. My pick, of course, was The Miz. Rey Mysterio returned not too long ago. Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus, the World Heavyweight Champion, with the championship on the line. Two of my favorites, that's right, two of my favorites, Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus. What can I say? Sheamus won, and I was very happy about that, but if Alberto Del Rio had won, when he was WWE Champion back in October, November, he was just not the best champion. So I think he's just going good as he is. I don't think he needs a title belt. but I wouldn't mind seeing him with another title belt. Sheamus won that. R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, of course, with Lil Jimmy, the tag team champions, versus the Primetime Players, no longer with AEW. I was expecting the Primetime Players to win this. I think this may have been their second title shot. I could be wrong. Second, I believe. But I was expecting them to win. I mean, they've been pushing them, and, you know, I think they'd be good tag team champions. I don't like R-Truth or Kofi Kingston as tag team champions. They kind of, didn't they just, like, put them together? I think they could have left Epico and Primo as tag champions, but I don't know. Maybe if they had AEW, they would be better tag champions. If they, I'm talking Primetime Players. If they had AEW, they'd be better tag team champions if they won the titles. But if they were by themselves, they'd still be good. I'm starting to like the Primetime Players, but no AEW, and I was a fan of AEW. But can't do stuff like he did. The Big Show versus CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. CM Punk obviously going in with the WWE title. CM Punk wore pink, if you noticed that. And if you looked closely, and you can see the picture at the end of this video, the design on those trunks and on his kick pads were the same based design as Bret Hart's tights and ring wear. So I'm assuming that's a tribute to Bret Hart. I was watching the show with Ross Hart, and I had pointed that out, and I did like the tights. But on the better note, the match, I would have liked to see Punk face somebody else. Obviously you're not going to see Big Show winning it, and we're probably going to see John Cena win it, probably at Night of Champions. But I don't know. They got to keep. I like Punk I don't like Punk, but I like him to be champion. I don't want Punk. I'm sorry. I don't want Cena. I'm not getting my words all mixed up. I don't want Cena to be champion. That's it. But I do not want Punk to keep this title till Royal Rumble. I want Punk to lose the title, give it to somebody else. He's had the title for quite a long time now. I think it's time to give it up. But it's nice to see a long title history. I did pick Punk for this, and he did win. But hopefully he'll lose it soon. But hopefully not to John Cena. But that's probably what it's going to be. And then they had, after that match, after that match was the Kevin Rudolph concert, whatever you want to call it. The Divas came out and danced to it. Do you really need that? Do we need him to sing the SummerSlam theme song? Well, forget about that. We showed a few stars ringside. Pierce Morgan, which I had noticed because he was sitting right behind the commentator desk before. Who else we see? I don't even know who the guy that flipped us off, meaning the fans. Yeah, they're never going to show him again. I don't even know who he was. I think it's from some band or something. We saw former world champion David Arquette, Maria Menounos wearing a Bob Backlund shirt, Bob Backlund on the front and Bob Backlund on the back. That was very interesting to see. And then we'll go on to the Brock Lesnar Triple H match. Brock Lesnar, obviously, with his manager, Paul Heyman. I would have liked to see Triple H win. That's why I wanted to win. But in reality, I didn't see Triple H winning. I saw Brock Lesnar leaving the arena as the winner of this match. And he did. It was by submission. And this match ended at 11:15. And usually pay-per-views, especially big ones like this, they usually go up till the 11 mark, and this one didn't. So I thought 11:15, the match is over. Maybe Shawn Michaels is going to come out. Something's going to happen. Brock Lesnar left. I thought he'd be coming back in to finish off the business or something, because it just didn't seem right for him to leave right off the bat like that. But he did, and he didn't come back, and Triple H just left. I don't know. Are we going to see Triple H wrestling again, or is he going to say, this is the end of me wrestling? Well, we'll see. But again, it was an okay pay-per-view. Nothing spectacular. Yeah. And we'll see what Night of Champions holds for us next month from Boston at the TD Garden. Yeah. So, please like this video, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos if you haven't watched them, and thanks for watching. And please comment on what you thought of the pay-per-view.